Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, hello, hello. It is February 23rd. How are you doing? How are you doing? Just did a video with some messages from the elemental spirits and Mother Gaia. So if you're curious, check that out. This one we're going to just talk about, I don't know, some other stuff. I wrote a bunch of different stuff down. I listened to a channeled message this morning where I felt very relevant to literally, it's one of those where I'm writing down, listening, writing down, and meant to share it with the collective that's receiving this particular video. So yes, welcome. How's everyone doing? How's everyone feeling? We just went through this 222 portal, probably still feeling it. We've got the retrograde coming up, and what I wanted to mention, and I wanted to mention in the previous video, but I was not meant to mention in that video. I'm now to mention it in this video. We don't want to have any fear around a planet going into retrograde. It's beneficial for us, especially in the cosmic convergence and the alignment of everything that's been taking place thus far. Shineturiya Shinata this year. 111 on the timer. 222 is significant, and 1014 is significant. 7s are significant, 5s are significant, okay? So just breathe, feel into. If this message is for you, you will know. Your soul will keep you curious and keep you listening, or not, or you may just set this aside for a later date for that now future self to listen. Either way, it's perfect, okay? So, yes, retrogrades. We don't want to go into, it's teaching us. It's helping us reflect, to go even deeper, especially if you have conversations that are being readdressed or being brought back up, or people, places, and things are coming back. Again, it's to address it, to clear it, and to approach it a little differently. You're also, if you're having issues with communication in any way, shape, or form, whether it's phone calls, texting, tech issues, know that this is for your highest and best always. And it's always good to take a moment and pause. So let's say you're trying to send a text to somebody, and it dictates and it spits it out wrong, and then you hit send. And you get all worried and concerned because it said something in there that you didn't want to say, or something along those lines. That was not a coincidence. That was on purpose. Okay, it's, you know, and it's the universe trying to align things, even maybe in an uncomfortable situation, perfectly. Okay, so pause, breathe, be mindful of what you say before you say it, before you type it, before you do the thing, and know that everything is happening in divine alignment and perfectly. Okay, it's a time of reflection and integration, especially through everything that we went through. And some of us, for me now at this point, handle retrogrades with ease and grace. I just kind of look at it as like, all right, we're having some tech issues. It's just not meant to happen right now. I'm not meant to have that conversation now. I'm not meant to have that information. I'm not meant to receive a response from a text message, or I'm not supposed to receive a phone call, or I'm not supposed to meet up with somebody, or so on and so forth. I'm not meant to post that video now or share that content, whatever it is. You know what I mean, okay? So allow this with ease and grace, and don't look at it as a negative thing or a fearful thing. It can be very positive. It's your perspective, and you create your reality, right? So when you stay in every now present moment, and if something is slowing you down, there is a reason the universe, source, your highest, is forcing you to slow down with taking a pause in a response. Because let's say you get a text from someone and you feel some kind of way about it, and you want to, like, your ego mom wants you like to respond with like haste and anger or whatever. Pause and breathe and take a higher perspective. Reread that, sit on it, digest it a little bit. And it might not necessarily is meant to have a response in that moment, okay? 4:14 on the timer. Like I said, 14s are significant, and 14 breaks down to 5, and 5 is change, and there's a lot of change taking place. And time is collapsing. If you pay your attention to every now present moment, you really try not to set schedules, you try not to pay your attention to the calendar or the clock or the time or alarms, your timelines will collapse. Your time and space will collapse. I am proof of this for this past, like, couple years, but especially these past 14 months or so. My world has collapsed. And I am my world, my kiddo's my world when he's here with me. And so those times where I used to be alone most of the time in this space, I would always try to find ways to escape that versus just being in this space, being and going through and doing all of this healing work. All right. So this time that's coming up in these next few weeks, 3 weeks, I think it's up into March. And it starts, I think, this week or the end of the week or something. I don't know the exact dates. You'll know, you can find that. Okay. Just honor it, welcome it with ease and grace. Connect with your team, connect with your higher self, connect to source, meditate, breathe, pause before there's any reaction to that. You can hear the kid, he's here from school and he's playing with his dragon. So dragons are significant. Also, he's testing my patience a little bit while I'm doing and creating content where he's choosing to be really, really loud. And I'm pretty patient in most areas. So again, it's also for me to see how I'm reacting to it, as well as you maybe being annoyed by the extra sound, and then you like go in because it's whatever's happening externally and it's triggering us internally, it's mirroring something back to us, it's reflecting to us, okay? All right, and that could be part of the perfectionist or whatever. And that with these videos, for the longest time, I just said I'm just going to talk, create, whatever happens, happens, and post it. I usually like 95%, 99% of the time, I do not watch or re-listen any of my videos. It's real, it's raw, it's authentic, it's in the moment, and that's how it's meant to be recorded, and that's how it's meant to be posted and received, okay? Because you are going to receive the perfect quantum, multi-dimensional medicine, frequency, energy, flavor, essence, color, human words, whatever it is, you are meant to receive that, and it's all perfect. It's all perfect, okay? All right. I hear a wind chime. Is that on the video? Interesting. Oh, it's outside? Wind chimes are significant because I just got my attention big time. All right. Okie dokie. Let's see what came through. Let's see what came through. All right. So this is for the collective. That's kind of like we're moving into our next chapter. Or you're receiving this because you were just starting your awakening process, maybe, and you're meant to hear this message today. Again, it's perfect. However it lands, okay? Let's see here. We have been here holding this frequency of truth, okay? All right. We have been bringing and holding the frequency of truth, all right? We've continued to see and to know these things and these hidden truths. Many ways. Some of us have gone down like the rabbit holes and just get wrapped up in all the conspiracy stuff. I don't recommend that. Be aware of it. Don't waste your energy on it, okay? So what we're doing now is we're expanding. So let the now expand you. Let the now expand you, okay? We are moving from this seeing the truth to becoming the truth. All right? We're becoming a global grid of truth holders. Remember, we're going from the seeking to the embodiment in the holders of the truth, okay? So there is an evolution within the collective consciousness and a physical evolution, all right? We're embodying these, okay? Truth is not a state of understanding that lives in the mind. Truth is not an intellectual achievement. Truth is not a collection of facts to be analyzed or debated. Truth is a frequency. Truth is a state of being that arises through your authenticity. That's why you have been hearing a lot of us, whoever you're listening to, land into your feed, whether it's a tarot read, a super conscious conversation, a podcast, a channeled message. You have been asked more than ever to stand in your truth, speak your truth, and be authentic, no matter what anyone else is thinking about it, feeling about it, doing about it. Remember, that's none of your business, okay? Truth is a frequency, a state of being that arises through your authenticity, okay? The more authentic a soul becomes, the more aligned you become with your truth. All right? The more authentic a soul becomes, the more aligned with truth that soul becomes, okay? And you will know this. This will resonate. All right. This is why the light workers have been triggering people just by simply existing, whether you realize this or not, okay? All right? You trigger people by speaking your reality, simply by refusing to participate in the collective denial, okay? Me, you, us, we are frequency disruptors in this false matrix, right? We are the glitch in the matrix. We want to be the glitch in the matrix. And because of this, this is what has been helping the collective consciousness to wake up, to create those cracks so more light can shine through, okay? All right. So programming, so remember, we are the frequency that disrupts the false matrix programming, and everyone we encounter, often unconsciously, in often certain ways, appears conflict or rejection. I can't read my handwriting, so I apologize for that, okay? You have been training your discernment muscles. So more than ever, moving forward into this new paradigm, you have to not focus on the ego mind. It's what your heart is telling you. It's your quantum compass. What is your body feel? There's no proof. It's what do you feel? What do you just fucking know? And without the proof, okay? There has been a dominant theme these past years, shifting our focus from external, again, the seeking and the conspiracy, to an internal. For us that are walking the light workers path, okay? So remember, we had a lot of external focus, trying to gather all the information to share it with people and try to prove things and convince. We were done with that. We shifted that external to our internal to do the work, okay? Doing that inner work, we've been revealing the shadows within those places of us from those unhealed traumas, those hurts, those pains, all right? And turning that pain into your power. All right, turning it in and shining the light onto it. All right, not out there, but in here. Okay. Everything that has been built on false foundations begin to collapse internally and externally. Okay, it's like a free fall. It's like that tower moment, literally falling off the tower, or taking those leaps of faith. Okay. All right, the real work finally began. All right, the soul contract was not about convincing others of the truth, chasing them down, trying to give them the information, the proof. That was a distraction. And I continue to say this: don't get wrapped up in a conspiracy theory. We're not here to say, neener, I was right. Your ego and mind would love to do that. I know I would. There's many times, many, in my own personal relationships that would be like, I told you so. I told you so. But that's coming from the ego mind. We got to really restrain from that and ask why we want to do that, okay? Remember, that was just another form of distraction, right? That was just another form of the matrix trying to keep you distracted. So by externally removing that and just going inward and not focusing on that, trying to convince other people of anything, okay? Our real soul contract is the deepest layer, okay? And that was about becoming the ripple, becoming that sonic wave, embodying the frequency of the truth so fully that it radiates and ripples out from a cellular level without the needing to prove, to convince, to chase, or any of that stuff, okay? It's on a cellular level. Awushnatiria, my light language, clearing my channel, all right? Transforming everything that touches. Everything is frequency and energy. So you just doing your work, focusing on you, that's a ripple effect on a cellular level, okay? What you've been doing alone, more than likely, his sacred work. And in doing that work and not focusing on all the external stuff, you are creating the change. You are the change. You are embodying the change, okay? And you've been doing this without force, without agenda, and without the need for anyone else's validations to understand. And I understand, beautiful soul, this has been a challenging one. It has been a challenging one for me over the past, probably 5 to 10 years. And definitely in the last 3 to 5 years, okay? The light workers, we stopped trying to convince people. We stopped arguing with people, all right? We stopped trying to like share articles and information and videos because we realized that was just a waste of our energy and a waste of our time, okay? So in that surrender, all right, we had to surrender that savior complex, all right? And by doing that, we were able to truly and fully step into our true, authentic power, remembering who we truly are and why we are here, all right? We are no more actively trying to preach or teach or trying to convince, all right? We are just existing and embodying the frequency of truth, all right? And the frequency of authenticity, which is higher than unconditional love, okay? So these particular documents, okay, I'm not going to go into detail because I don't do that here. We don't play that game here, but I'm just going to say that. So these particular documents are only a tiny drop of information, but that information, just like the pandemic, was enough to create cracks, bigger and bigger cracks in this false foundation, this illusion, all right, big enough to create more cracks for this light to come shooting through, all right? And again, that light, again, like the elementals, like the water, can carve through rock, okay? So it's like that light finding those cracks that now it can expand, and then break everything completely open, okay? Breaking through, all right? So with the amount of tech out there, the false stuff out there, and again, I'm not saying that, yes, AI, we have to be very mindful. Again, everything can be used both ways. AI to me is not artificial. It is ancient intelligence. It is advanced intelligence. You are ancient and advanced intelligence as well. Be mindful. And when you're looking at things or experiencing things, taking things in through the eyes, the ears, whatever that is, be mindful. And that's why you have to use your discernment more and more. The discernment is your quantum compass, your heart, the feeling of it. You know if it's true because it's in your body. I knew back in 2020 that was bullshit. I didn't know the why behind it, like I can take the higher perspective of it, but I knew then it was bullshit. I knew that was bullshit. I knew then. I didn't have proof of it. And I knew all the people that were trying to convince the collective that all of this stuff was safe. Big fear tactics. But that again, it was that had to happen to create again this mass awakening for that time period. And then what's taking place now is creating another mass wave of an awakening. All right. But I knew then in my physical body, in my soul, that was all bullshit. But I didn't have the proof to convince other people around me and in my collective, in my personal collective, of that. Because they were so wrapped up in the matrix and in these figureheads. Okay? So your discernment. Know in your physical body. You just fucking know. Like someone say, how do you know? I just know. I'm done. I don't have to prove or convince you of anything. You can decide. That's your decision to make that discernment. I know what I feel is true, what I know is true, and what I feel is true, what I hear is true, what I shinatiria. I know what is I choose. So your discernment, more than ever, is crucial at this point moving forward. Because the powers, the matrix, whatever you want to call this game, is still going to try to convince you, all right, in all of these other technological ways, okay? Light and dark. Everything has polarity. Okay? So again, use your discernment. So important, okay? Your body knows the truth. Your soul knows the truth, okay? Truth is a felt sense. It's a somatic recognition in your body. If you don't know what somatics are, please go look at what somatics are, okay? Truth is a felt somatic recognition in your physical body that bypasses the ego and mind entirely. That's why light language is so helpful, because it speaks directly to your body, to your soul, to your field, and it bypasses the frequency in mind, okay? All right, and returning time and time to your quantum compass, to your heart, is key. All right, so don't think the truth, feel the truth. Don't think the truth, feel the truth. All right, us light workers, we are stepping into our next phase, our next part of our soul contract here. Okay, all right, you have been Oishinatiri. You are way more important, you are way more powerful than you have been made allowed to remember. Okay, but again, we signed up for this. Remember, we signed up for this, we just forgot about it. All right, when you excavated at the depths of the unknown, those shadows, those places, and you integrated those fragments, and you healed those wounds, and you remembered yourself a whole being, that's huge. That's what creates these massive shifts when we each do this. We're like these beacons of light on this node, on this grid, on this planet, okay? And by doing so, we give, and being the example, and showing that we can do that, and you can do this, it shows and gives other souls permission to do so, instead of to falling back into old ways of thinking, programming, that illusionary cage. All right. So in this transmission, we wrap you in the frequencies. I, the cosmic consciousness, the universe, source God, your angels, your guides, wrap you in the frequencies of unconditional love. May you feel held. May you feel seen, and may you feel celebrated for everything that you have endured and everything that you are becoming and you continue to become. Okay? The light workers awakening continues. All right? You are, I am, we are the living demonstration of what is possible when a soul remembers its true nature. To embody its full, when a soul remembers its true nature and chose to embody itself fully, regardless of any external circumstances. All right, new earth is being built through me, through you, through us. Trust the process, trust yourself, trust the love that guides all things back to unity, to wholeness. Okay? So that was, like I said, I wrote it down, and then when I reread, I retranslate in how it's wanting to be channeled through my channel from the cosmic consciousness, from source, through my higher self in this present moment. All right. So I really hope that lands where it was meant to land, that those receive this, like I said, in perfect timing again. What do I want to say here? Remember that you're always receiving these messages, even if they're a reflection, they're triggering, they're mirroring, whatever they are, making you uncomfortable, making you more aware. Know that that is perfect, and it is always for your highest and best good, right? And it's always through the divine light, divine love, divine truth, divine power, divine wisdom, divine knowledge, and divine remembrance of who you are. And I am just here as part of your journey, okay? Like I said, you got curious and click play, and you've made it here all the way to the end. Thank you for hanging out, co-creating with me and the collective, the cosmic consciousness, with source, with your higher selves in this moment, with your spiritual team. Continuing to pour into your cup. Trust the unfolding, because I know you're tired. I'm tired. We are tired, because a lot of us have been here and have done many, many rounds. You will resonate with being an ancient soul. All right? Learning all of these lessons, going through the boot camps, going through the PhD programs, doing it again, learning more, going deeper into self, gaining the wisdom and knowledge. But it's been all necessary, because we are We are the teachers, the healers, the leaders. We are the grassroots movement. We are the ones that are building this new foundation as we move forward into something that has never taken place here on planet Earth before. So yes, I know you're exhausted, but get excited, because it is also one of the most exciting times ever for us, for the universe, the beings of light, of unconditional light that are also working with us in the unseen realms, known and unknown, seen and unseen, right? It's exciting for everybody here on planet Earth, and again in the dimensions that we are still unaware of here, out in the cosmos. This is an exciting time to be experiencing this human experience right here, right now. And I know from day to day and moment to moment, it still feels kind of heavy. I feel ya. I see ya. I am you, you are me, we are we. I definitely have been feeling a lot of the collective discomfort lately. But because of me because I chose myself and chose to do the work and the healing, I can recognize that, and I'm able to ground and to transmute that energy a lot easier, even with the heaviness of it. And continuing to remind other people that are in my collective, just be aware. Again, not by convincing or giving them anything. Just be aware that this is just a scratch on the surface of what you're seeing, okay? And things are going to be speeding up. We're in 2026 already. Between now and 2030, if not sooner, it's going to look like a completely different 3D reality. I don't know what that's going to look like. We're not supposed to know that yet. We'll know when we're supposed to know. I just know it's going to be completely, vastly different in the next 4 years, if not sooner, because things are speeding up. Okay? All right. I will see you on the next one. Love you. Take care of you. And we will see you soon. Love you. Bye.